You know, our fire risk is going to go up with this heat that is returning to our area, so just keep that in mind. We are very dry out there. We're going to continue to be dry, and not just dry, but we're going to be dealing with this heat as well. So really, we saw this warming trend start yesterday. We're going to see it even more so today and even more so tomorrow. And that is because, and yes, this is the same ridge of high pressure and the same high. It's been hanging out over the four corners. This is the one that brought us those very toasty temperatures for almost 2 weeks earlier this month. It's going to retrograde back to the west here, and that is actually going to give us that warm up at least today into tomorrow. Now, as we head into the weekend, we actually have a weak disturbance here that's actually going to kind of move in. So we're actually going to cool down a little bit through the weekend. We will see more clouds around the coast, even for some of those inland locations. We could see some of those clouds coming in from the south. So that will help to cool us down a bit. But then as we head into the early part of next week, the ridge of high pressure is going to win, and we are going to see those temperatures bumping upward again Monday, and that will take us through at least midweek next week. So that heat not going anywhere. Again, we'll have a little brief break from it this weekend, but we will have some heat alerts going into a place later on this morning. They will begin at 10 a.m. lasting until Friday 11 p.m. Heat advisories for those far interior locations of Monterey County, San Benito County, and Santa Clara County. We're talking mostly the mountains and those deep valleys. And a heat advisory, really, this is not an excessive heat warning like we were seeing. So if you can deal with the heat, you're probably not going to have too much trouble with this. This is really going to be for minor heat risk for those sensitive groups, those children, elderly, those pets. So just make sure, you know, you're finding ways to stay cool and hydrated. Also check on those you love. This is what we're looking at for the rest of the day, though. We do have those low clouds that have moved into the Salinas Valley. They will be clearing out around that 9 a.m. hour, and most of us are going to see that sunshine. We're definitely going to see plenty of sunshine on the north side of the bay, but we might keep some of those patchy low clouds on the southern eastern portion of the bay, mostly the southern portion of the bay, and it could actually result in some fog this afternoon as well. That is because our marine layer is being compressed, so that allows for that fog to develop a little bit easier. We do have the chance to see some clearing by this evening around the coast, but then we do have those low clouds kind of lingering once again as we head into tomorrow morning. They could push into the Salinas area, Prunedale area, maybe even the northern part of the Salinas Valley tomorrow morning, where again, we could be dealing with some fog, could be thick in a few locations. Temperatures today, though, like I said, we're going to be warming up even around the coast. We're going to be in those upper 70s to low 80s on the north side of the bay. Santa Cruz, great day to get out to the beach if you can. In the Santa Cruz Mountains, we'll be in those 80s and 90s, upper 60s for Davenport. Heading down the coast, north side of the bay, we'll be in those 70s. But once you start heading south into Marina, we'll be in those upper 60s, 72 in Salinas, 93 in Hollister. We're going to be in those low to mid 90s in the Santa Clara Valley. Some relief from the heat will be around the peninsula. Again, we could see some lingering clouds in this area this afternoon. We're going to see those temperatures, though, in those mid to upper 60s. Very seasonable for this time of year for the peninsula. And then up and down the Salinas Valley, we're going to see mostly 80s warming up into those low 90s by the time we hit King City. Triple digits for those far interior locations still. Once you're back around the Big Sur coast, Big Sur, you're going to be in those mid 80s this afternoon with mid to upper 80s for the Carmel Valley. As far as overnight lows go, don't expect much change. We are going to see a warmer air mass, so that even though we're going to see clear conditions out there, that should keep temperatures pretty similar to what we're waking up to this morning.